Okay guys, so let's jump right into this. So what I'm doing, wait, hold on. I would like to say that every product that I use will be listed in the description box. So make sure that you hit that little arrow, yeah, right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and place every product that I use. So anyway, child, I am using my LA Girl Concealer as a base. A base is very important because we want those eyeshadows to just show really good, right? But you have to use a base. So what I'm using is my concealer as a base. Sometimes you can buy a base, you know, separately, but I'm using concealer to act as that. And I try to go for 2 shades lighter than my skin tone because I want those eyeshadows to just be super pigmented. By using your finger as a utensil, it's really just making sure everything kind of blends together. And I just feel like personally a brush really doesn't sink into the skin as well as your finger does. So that's why we're using our finger, and the warmth from your hand is just going to settle that product into your eyes really good. Now, since we have blended that liquid concealer, now it's very important to go ahead and set it with a powder, a translucent powder to be exact. It's important to use a translucent powder because you don't want to pick up any extra color. And to set it, I'm just using my Real Techniques blending brush, and I'm just pretty much patting that translucent powder around. You don't have to worry about dusting it off because it is a translucent powder, so no need to worry. Then we're going to go ahead, and I'm using my Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to use that brown, and this is going to act as our transition color, guys. Okay, you guys, so when you're doing your transition shade, it's very important to make sure that you're doing mini circles on the outer ends of your eye. You want to do these mini circles to make sure that you get that blended look on the ends. Also, when you're doing your transition shade, you want to make sure that you're holding your hands at the end of the brush. And when you're holding your hands at the end of the brush, you want to make sure that you're using a very light hand. That's the only way you're going to get that blended look, okay? If you're holding your hands so close to the bristles, like I was showing you, you're going to get a smoky by cheek eye look, and we want to avoid that at all costs. So make sure you hold your hands at the end of the brush. Then I'm going in with my next shade. This shade is going to go at the lower part of my transition shade, but kind of blend in with it, as you can see. And we're going in those mini circles, and then we get to the inner part of our eye, we're going to do some windshield swipers motions just to make sure that we kind of get some little color in that inner part so everything looks very blended. So even though we're far from the transition shade, I do want to let you guys know you can always go for a light brown. A light brown transition shade is always going to work with whether you're going for a bright eye look or a dark eye look. So this eye look I'm going for is pretty much like a summery rose gold orangey type of vibe. So that's why I went in with my orange after my transition shade, because that's the shade that most people are going to be able to see. They're not going to be able to see the transition shade, as I told you guys, but because a transition shade is very important, that's why we went in that first, so that way that orange can really be vibrant and look blended. In order to get a good eyeshadow blended look, you want to make sure that you're using some good makeup brushes that at least blend makeup products really well. So I make sure that down below I put what brushes I use. So what we're doing now is pretty much cutting the crease. Yes, sis, that's the tip. That's what everyone does to define that eye look. So what I did is put some concealer on that brush that I used earlier, and I made an oval shape around my eyelid, and I'm pretty much defining that eye, so that way next I can place the lid color that I want to use to pop. I'm going to put it right there. We're using concealer again, which means it's a wet base, so we don't want to set it, we want it to get tacky. So I am fan drying my eye because I want it to get tacky, so that way I can go ahead and pop that lid color on. So what we're doing is patting, you guys. When we're putting that lid color on, we're patting. We're not dragging. It might look like I'm dragging just because of the software is making it look move faster, but I'm patting because if we drag, it's going to take away product from our eye, and we're already having a tacky base underneath this lid color, so we want to make sure we just pat pat around. And then when I get to the outer ends of that lid, I'm gonna pat and drag it all the way down. That is what they do to get that popping lid color. And mainly that's what I do to get that popping lid color. Okay, sis, it's been always trial and error for me. I've came a long way, and you have to practice. You're not going to be able to do this look in just one sitting. Okay, so we're finally getting down to the end. What we're doing is finally doing our crease. Our crease is very important because it's going to pretty much bring everything all together. You want to use a darker shade when you're doing your crease because it's going to define your eye look. And what you want to do is do a V shape. So it might look like I'm maybe doing mini circles or just going all around the place, but no, you want to do a little V at the outer ends of that lid color that we just did, and you want to just keep it right in that area only. And sometimes if I feel like something is not blended the way I want it to be, I'll take a blended makeup brush that is clean with no product on it, and I'll go back through it and just swipe what part I think is not blended that good. And then I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and take a brow highlight. I just pretty much take the same shade that I popped on my lid color and put it in my brow highlight. I'm not that big on brow highlights, but it do bring the color, bring the eye look, together. And then I put a darker shade under my eye. You can use any shade for this, the crease shade that you use, the transition shade, it doesn't matter, but this helps complete your eye look and makes everything look put together. And then I also in my inner eye use the lid color, and so that wraps up everything, you guys. Then at this point you want to go ahead and add your mascara, eyeliner, lashes, etc. to go ahead and finish that eye look, but that is the basis on eyeshadows. Okay guys, that was my how to blend eyeshadows. I hope that it was super beginner friendly. I tried to make it beginner friendly, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment below. I want to do a giveaway, but I need you guys to be active in the comments below. I can't give away something if nobody is active commenting, you know. I see the views, but you guys have to talk to me, so that way I can do a giveaway, because the subscriber list is just growing and growing, and I'm so thankful. Thank you all so much for the support on my last video. Look forward to some mommy videos coming, but I did want to push out a eyeshadow video because I know you guys been waiting on it, and I hope you were able to learn something from it. It's a tutorial, like I told you about my channel. I want to teach y'all, not just show y'all. So let me know how you liked it. If there's anything I can add to it for the next time, I would love to know. And if you do end up using my techniques and my tips and tricks, girl, let me know, because I love hearing y'all say that I helped you in some type of way, you know. And also on this curly bun sensation, yes, so my sister has some old curly hair laying around, and I like whipped something up. So if you want a video on how I did that, please let me know down below also. And also on that little bail, yeah, it works. Use it, because you need to be notified when I post, okay sis? Come on now. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Don't forget what I said, and I love y'all to death, and thank you so much for the support. Deuces, boo.